Long ago, beyond the blue mountains and beneath a sky filled with countless stars, there stood a peaceful kingdom unlike any other. As evening settled across the hills, warm lights glowed from every window, and magic drifted gently through the air. The people of this kingdom shared a remarkable gift. Every child was born carrying a magical glow of their own. Some shone like golden sunlight, while others sparkled softly like silver moonlight. When the children played together at dusk, their glowing trails danced through the fields like ribbons of living light. To anyone watching from afar, it seemed as though the stars themselves had come down to earth. The kingdom loved its magic. It was a symbol of belonging, a sign that every child carried something special within them. And for generations, this tradition never changed. Then, on a quiet night, beneath a brilliant full moon, a baby girl named Elara was born. Her parents gazed into her cradle with excitement, waiting for her magical glow to appear. The moments passed slowly. The room remained still. Moonlight streamed through the window as her parents watched with hopeful smiles upon their faces. But no glow appeared around little Elara. No silver sparkles, no golden shimmer, nothing at all. For the very first time in anyone's memory, a child had been born without a light. Though surprised, her parents held her close and wrapped her in love. To them, Elara was precious exactly as she was, yet they could not help wondering why she was different. As the years passed, Elara grew into a gentle and thoughtful girl. She loved stories, wildflowers, and long walks beneath the stars. Her kindness touched everyone she met. Yet while other children sparkled with magical light, Elara remained the only one who did not glow. No matter how much she hoped, nothing ever changed. Each evening, she watched the other children laughing beneath the twilight sky. Their colorful lights danced through the grass, while their joyful voices echoed across the hills. Elara always smiled when she watched them. She celebrated their happiness and never spoke bitterly. But deep inside her heart, a quiet sadness slowly grew. Sometimes she would stretch out her hands and imagine what it might feel like to glow. She wondered whether her life would be different if she shined like everyone else. The older she became, the harder it was to ignore the feeling. Everywhere she looked, she saw reminders of the gift she never received. Whenever loneliness found her, Elara would climb a hill overlooking the kingdom. There she would sit quietly beneath the stars and gaze up at the moon. The moon always seemed peaceful and wise. Its silver light bathed the hills, the rivers, and the rooftops below. Somehow, it made her feel less alone. One year, as the Festival of Lights approached, excitement filled every corner of the kingdom. Lanterns hung from windows, colorful banners decorated the streets, and music echoed everywhere. The festival was the most magical night of the year. Families gathered together while glowing children filled the village with dazzling trails of light. As Elara watched the preparations, her heart ached more than ever. She wanted so badly to be part of the magic surrounding her. On the night before the festival, she returned to her favorite hill. Above her, the moon hung larger and brighter than she had ever seen before. The cool breeze brushed against her face as she stared at the silver sky. For a long moment, she remained silent. Then she whispered the wish she had carried her entire life. "I wish I could shine too." The words drifted into the night air. Almost immediately, the wind became still, and the stars seemed to pause above her. Suddenly, a tiny silver-winged creature appeared beside her. It glowed softly like moonlight reflected on water. and its delicate wings shimmered with stardust. The magical creature circled around Elara once before gently dropping a glowing crystal feather into her hands. Then, as quickly as it had appeared, it vanished into the darkness. Elara stared at the feather in wonder. It pulsed with a warm silver light that felt strangely alive. She knew she should leave it alone, but curiosity tugged at her heart. Slowly, she lifted the feather and pressed it against her chest. At once, a brilliant wave of silver light burst around her, filling the hilltop with sparkling magic. Flowers shimmered. The grass glowed softly. Tiny particles of starlight swirled through the air. And for the very first time in her life, Elara began to shine. Joy rushed through her like a river. She laughed, cried, and spun beneath the stars. At last, she possessed the magical glow she had dreamed about for so many years. The next morning, the entire village stared in amazement. Children gathered around her. Adults smiled warmly. No one could believe what they were seeing. For the first time, Elara felt accepted. The loneliness she had carried for so long seemed to disappear. She finally felt as though she belonged. But far above the kingdom, something strange had begun to happen. One star vanished from the sky, then another and another. Small patches of darkness slowly spread across the heavens. At first, few people noticed. There were still countless stars overhead, yet with each passing night, more lights disappeared, and worry began to grow throughout the kingdom. Elara soon noticed something even more troubling. Every time another star vanished, her own glow seemed to grow brighter. A terrible feeling settled inside her heart. One night, the silver-winged creature returned. Its eyes were filled with sadness. Without a word, it turned toward the distant mountains and beckoned Elara to follow. Determined to uncover the truth, Elara left the kingdom behind. Her journey carried her through enchanted forests, across shimmering streams, and into valleys filled with glowing silver flowers. At last, she arrived at a magnificent crystal tower hidden among the clouds. Inside waited the Moonkeeper, an ancient guardian whose robes shimmered with starlight and moonbeams. The Moonkeeper gently revealed the truth. The light Elara carried was a borrowed piece of the moon itself, and every moment she kept it, the stars were forced to surrender their own light. Heartbroken, Elara realized the damage she had caused. Yet the Moonkeeper also revealed a secret. The moon had chosen Elara not because she lacked something, but because it had always seen the kindness within her heart. With courage and love, Elara climbed to the top of the crystal tower and returned the stolen light to the heavens. Instantly, the missing stars awakened, filling the sky with brilliance once more. As the borrowed glow faded away, a warm golden light appeared deep within Elara's heart. It was gentle, beautiful, and truly her own. When she returned home, the kingdom celebrated not the light around her, but the goodness within her. And from that day forward, whenever people looked toward the stars, they remembered the girl who stole a piece of the moon and returned it with love.
Elara, you've returned! The stars are back! I'm home. Welcome home, Elara! Everyone. Elara, you're glowing!